His name is Anthony Rizzo, comes to us courtesy of Body Armor. It's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're okay, staying busy. You know how it is. What have you been doing to stay busy?
A lot of working out. Just Monday to Friday, Saturday we'll work out too. My wife and I, we just really been taking this time to really try to take advantage of being home and not kind of putting on the quarantine 15, trying to lose the quarantine 15. So a lot of water, a lot of body armor, just really trying to put the right things in our bodies so when we do get going, we're ready to go.
You did have a bit of spring training before the sports world came to a complete stop. So you did get a sneak peek at what your new life with your new manager is in David Ross. A little bit weird because he's your former teammate and friend of yours. So how is he doing? What's the early grade?
Rossi's been amazing. He set the tone along with us players at camp, but he really has helped us kind of set a tone at camp going in. And we were 2 weeks out and we were really excited to really start locking it in as a unit. And obviously that fell short, but I think it's very exciting for us. We're kind of just, I feel like all teams right now are just like caged animals waiting to get back. But we're excited. We feel really good with what we have, and we're just hopeful for an opportunity to play.
What is the challenge, though? Because I'm trying to put myself sort of in your position. What is the challenge of having a former teammate and a friend who now is basically your boss?
Yeah, I think with him, and he's been through the foxhole with us, he has a relationship with pretty much every single guy on our roster because David's been around for the last 3 years. So I think the open line of communication will be key to be able to talk to him. He'll be able to shoot you straight with love and not kind of beat around the bush. He'll tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. And I think that's huge for all baseball players because sometimes you're in limbo with not sure if you should be playing more, if you're not playing more, the matchups and all the other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So to be able to have that constant line of communication, I think will take a lot of pressure off guys.
Sort of a unique situation for you with where you are, sort of like in the timeline, and there's some uncertainty for you as to what your future could look like. So when you have that, how are you approaching what's in front of you right now?
Well, we just get into a routine. It's kind of just like I said, try to take this time to enjoy the house. Fortunately, we're home in Florida, so kind of get everything together in the house that we wouldn't do in a normal off season. Take advantage of all that, and then just stay in shape. It's this time we're usually playing every day. It's cold. It's starting to warm up a little bit. You got the spring flowers in Chicago, so as long as I continue to keep my mind going and work out, I've been hitting. Actually, funny story, we ride bikes all the time, and we saw that one of our neighbors in the neighborhood has a batting cage in their yard, so we went and knocked on their door and asked if we could use their batting cage. So we've been using their batting cage to hit. It's been really nice.
When you go to knock on the neighbor's door and say, hey, can I use your batting cage, what is the reaction?
So we went the first time and no one answered the door, so we went the second time and actually they were outside hitting. So it was perfect. So I just kind of poked my head over the bushes and introduced myself. And fortunately enough, they realized who we were, and they were very kind enough to let us use their batting cage, which is, I mean, obviously in a time like this, it's easy to just say go away. You're not really sure where people have been, but
you're like, hi.
I'm very grateful for that.
You're like, hi, my name's Anthony. I play some baseball as well, in my spare time. What advice have you given, what's the kid situation in that house? Like, what advice have you given the kids while you're also hitting?
Just open line. If they have questions, I told them just to ask away. Really, it's me and Mike Napoli who throws to me and tosses to me. So one of them's a catcher and one of them's a third baseman, first baseman. So it's been nice. I let them watch, and I want them to watch because it's cool to see. We ride by and see kids playing basketball, kids playing a lot of pickleball right now and tennis. It's good to see kids out, and it's good to see that they're in the batting cage just working, and they're working every day. It's fun to see.
I now want to track down these kids because I want to know what they're picking up from you as their new hitting coach. One thing that we've been talking about throughout this show, and I want to ask you about it, is there are a number of proposals floating out there about what baseball could look like when it returns. What concerns you the most about some of the proposals you have heard?
Just more structure. There's a lot of stuff flying around right now, and I think, the Players Union has been really good at keeping us updated. The Cubs have been really good at keeping us updated. It's hard for us baseball players with no structure because we're all time-based, routine-oriented. So we want just something that we don't have, and all the different proposals sound pretty great. I mean, as long as our safety is put first, then I think everyone's going to agree to go back and play with a couple other logistical things. But we all want to play baseball, that's for sure.
We all want to see you play baseball. Hey, but maybe when you return to Wrigley, we won't have to wait for the ivy to come in. It'll already be there and be green. It's good to see you. Enjoy batting practice with the kids.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.